welcome one and all to Survivor Cook Islands. Man, there's like almost a trilogy of stuff happening the last few episodes. We had mutiny, we had message in a bottle, and then we had the idle
Merge.
leverage merge moment. Wow, a lot
That's
of
it.
stuff
That's the
happened.
trilogy, the M trilogy right there.
Yeah.
Mutiny, message in a bottle, merge.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
A lot of treachery, just like that. In the span of 3 episodes, he's flopped from one side back to the other.
yeah, yeah. It's wild. It's been a really interesting little arc we were on here. Um, so I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
just have to kind of see where it goes. He's definitely not making any friends wherever he goes, but
Yeah.
you will making it work. That's really the big story, I think. And
Absolutely.
Jonathan trying to do what he can to stay alive.
And we're about to see the fallout of that in this episode.
Yeah.
All right. It's even like I mentioned with the Amazon before. It's even more similar because it's kind of like the cool kids again. It was like the cool kids
Mm,
clique that
yeah.
he flipped away from here too.
Yeah.
Adam,
The young.
Parvati, and Candace, and Nate was part of that. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, I'm taking Alec along for the first time chronologically through Survivor from the beginning. Go to zacharcher.net/survivor. It's got all the Survivor seasons we've covered. All right, just click on the season and you'll see we've had reviews for the first 4 seasons, and then we've done reactions and reviews for every season since then. All right, so come join us for the ride. It's a fun thing, week by week, new episode every week.
Been a delight.
Absolutely.
So
And as always, click the link in the description to see the highlights of the reaction and come back afterwards for the discussion. All right. There you have it.
yeah, you ever like
Candace, Exile Queen, voted out.
yeah, Exile Queen. Basically, yeah. She belonged to that place, I guess. And she even wrote on her hand like "I love exile" or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, we all know.
Interesting. Yeah, you thought and it made it seem like certainly Jonathan was a good possibility
It was a
here.
good possibility. It makes sense that they wouldn't necessarily turn right around because I know they were talking because Yule and Becky sort of talked like numbers. Like, yeah, we could get rid of Jonathan. We still have an advantage. But as Jonathan, or as rather as Yule even explained to all of them, because they're all making the case like get rid of Jonathan, get rid of. He's like, because like then it won't make a difference because you're still gonna go after us like 1, 2, 3 at the end. He's like, it's really not that simple. And he's right. It's not really that simple. The fact of the matter remains that um, Jonathan has allied himself with them, and getting rid of somebody who's basically a guaranteed person runs the risk of literally anything, any possible thing happening. With now, it's like okay, now we still technically have numbers advantage, but say one of you gets the wins immunity. There could be like any number of things that could potentially happen to swing the game around after that. I don't know. Maybe they're able to swing Sundra. I don't know why. Maybe they're able to swing like Ozzy. You hate Jonathan. Why are you going with him? Or, any number of things. It makes more sense to go for a guarantee for it makes more sense from where Yule is sitting
Hmm.
to go to get rid of people who are against them. Also, the person one of the people who flipped, like, why would we not get rid of her? One thing, because she's very clearly allied herself with them. So we'll get her out. Then it's 5-2, and there's no like he can't trust their like oh well we'll guarantee to vote for you if it ends up being like you're in the final
Hmm.
council. It's like, what if it's like between him and I don't know? What if Adam keeps winning? What's between him and Adam? Then they all vote for Adam.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that you can't. There's all kinds of factors that can go into Adam keeps winning. or like heck, like one of the other people keeps winning. What if poverty somehow comes out of nowhere? Poverty dominates the world, the whole island. Weird things happen in this game, so it's like
Yeah, especially this
you can't.
season. To drop a
Yeah,
little bottle in there,
yeah, drop a little.
be like, oh, there's an extra
You're going to
immunity
be
this
voting
time.
for two people. You're going to be putting two names on the ballots this time. We're going to put them all in the hat, and just whatever comes out for the first 7 that I pull out of here, those people will be voted. That person is going to be voted out. It's like, I don't know. You can do something wild like that. Like,
Yeah, well, like
it just,
they acknowledge, unlike the other side, they acknowledge that just having a strict numbers lead doesn't mean things are concrete. If you're just one number ahead,
right.
things can happen.
Yeah, things can
Maybe
happen.
Jonathan is the center of that, but it's
yeah.
yeah. So it was an interesting pitch, at least from Adam and Parvati, to be saying like, well, you're the ringleader, Yule. So if you vote him out first, then we appreciate it, and we'll pay it forward, basically.
Yeah, but you can't buy that.
You can't buy love either.
You can't buy love, and Adam clearly did not.
Yeah.
He didn't
Adam
buy
doesn't
love.
care. He's gonna be cuddled up with Parvati now, like.
Yeah, yes,
poor girl. Poor Candace.
They're gonna go make out now, probably.
Poor Candace. It seems like Candace is more into him than he is into her. Like, he's into her, but he's literally said, there's more than plenty. There's plenty of room for me to go around. So he's gonna he's gonna be fucking Parvati right now, and
yeah. As soon as they go back, he's just gonna. It's all physical for him. He's just that kind of guy.
Yeah, he's absolutely the kind of guy you could not trust alone with someone else, like, for a second. It's like,
well, definitely not in this game. I don't know about in real life. Maybe he's a little different, but he's definitely playing the field here as much as he possibly can.
Maybe.
That's for sure. He's taking advantage of his cheesy good looks.
He's got a good smile. I'll give him that.
He does have a good smile. I'll give him that too.
But yeah, so wow, Jonathan coming into this episode, he like really rubbed every single person the wrong way, even more.
He did, and he's still here. He's still here. What a madman.
But he's a force. Like, he comes in, he throws the whole vibe off when anyone's talking.
I think, isn't that what Becky said? He's a force.
Did she say that?
I think so. It was her and Sundra were talking. It might have been Sundra said he's just like a force.
Really, I said that. I didn't think anyone said it.
I thought maybe I'm remembering wrong. Maybe I'm remembering. I feel like I read one of the subtitles that said that he's like a force or something like that. Maybe it was you that said that.
Yeah, I said this because he comes in, he throws off the whole vibe whenever anyone's talking.
He does. Yeah.
And he's just like, oh.
Yeah,
he's here.
I love the where Yule's talking to them, and then he comes in. He's just like, I'm just talking strategy, and he's like, So he throws him off a little bit because he is talking about it, but like it's funny because he doesn't stop. He's just like, I'm just gonna keep going and be honest, because like Jonathan kind of knows where it's at. Like, he gets the he gets where it's at,
Candace tried to throw out like their dirty laundry of like I too. They all said they don't like you too, but he didn't seem to let it get to him that much. It's like, well, everybody doesn't like me. I mean, maybe they like me they hate me the least, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's that, and it's like, but I also think it's fun how they harped on him. He's like, he didn't want to share his catch with us. It's like, none of them wanted to share with you. They were all just like, yeah. I love how Ozzy was like, yeah, I don't think it's, if we're talking about ethical, I mean, we've done all the work, so
right. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
It is like, yeah, they're the popular kids used to having everything just brought to them,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then Candace he's like, what am I supposed to do? He's just like, well, you're trying to weasel in. And he's like, what is he supposed to do, really, though? Because you'll hate him either, regardless of whatever he does. Yeah. That's the thing. If he doesn't do anything, then you'll be mad at him for not doing anything.
I mean, he is literally like the Antichrist to them at this point. It's like they just see red,
Yeah.
And the fact that he's like being cocky and burping and all this just adds fuel to the fire.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
You know what? It's fun to have like a villain. You know, it is fun to have a villain of this season, and
Everyone.
he's a little bit. It's different than like John, obviously. Um, because
Jonathan is different from Johnny.
Jonathan is different than Johnny. It's funny that they're both named John. Um, Jonathan is different than Johnny because Johnny like came in basically wanting to be the heel. He wanted to be the villain, more or less. I don't think Jonathan's just always thought strategically, and he's always tried to play his best strategic game.
Right.
I feel like there's been some weird angles with that. He's kind of put himself a little bit in this villain position, but he's kind of just reveling in it now.
His little arc is very
So
interesting because in the beginning he was kind of getting along with everybody,
yeah,
and then there were like little hints of people like saying he seems untrustworthy and that
yeah,
they're not totally on board. But like Yule and Becky and them, they had him in talks to be like Final Four or Final Three.
yeah, yeah.
But then it took a turn once we hit the mutiny. It was like, okay, you can't trust this guy at all. And then he flips back. Now it's like he's like the worst person ever on that island. Like
Yeah, he's
no
just a,
one, no
he's
one,
just a,
not even the people he's with, want anything to do with him in the future.
yeah,
It's like,
he's an
jeez,
abomination.
really,
He is.
his stock is depleted despite staying around. It's like his overall value is really tanked. You know.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yet he's still sticking
And
around.
yet I smile.
That was a terrible immunity challenge. I'm just gonna be honest. It was
He didn't like the memory
no.
challenge.
I mean,
The
it was
bunch of
just like
numbers.
I don't know. It's probably interesting for them there because it's like, oh, we got to think back and use the memories.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I mean, you can't expect a TV audience to really like. I mean, that's why they showed pictures to us. Like, this is how many there
Yeah, we're
were.
not expected to know the answer to that. So
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
the games like that are like not as cool, not as
yeah,
effective as even like other quiz games where it's like
yeah,
I'm gonna give you this story. Everybody at home gets to hear the story too, and then I'm gonna ask you questions
yeah,
on it. At least
yeah.
that you can follow.
Whose buff is this?
Yeah.
Far cry from those days. Um,
Lex still got robbed of that immunity challenge in Africa.
yeah,
It was like who has piercings or something, or who doesn't have piercings, something like that. And he said
yeah.
a different answer than Kim, who ended up winning the challenge. But it turns out they were both right. So, but he ended up going home for that, and they had to pay. They had to give him money because they literally
'Cause
cost him a chance at potentially winning the whole game.
yeah,
But,
messed up.
but they haven't done that since. I don't think.
Yeah, I can't think of they've had like a tribe member quiz stuff. I don't remember.
Items of clothing, and they're all
Items of clothing.
definitely not.
Whose skateboard is this?
Yeah.
We ripped off his corpse after we found him out in the reef.
All right. So, who would you give your MVP to for the episode?
Oh my gosh. Was it was goofy and silly, but I think I gotta give it to Jonathan
Yeah.
for being such a
He's at the center of
he is like a force. He is a force to be reckoned with. I mean, just coming in belching, and like Becky's like, "Ooh, I smell that pepperoni."
Yeah. I mean, you can. It's like so many people you can say, oh, they were just kind of there for the ride. You can't
Yeah.
say that about Jonathan. He like impacted
No.
the season like perhaps more than anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not. I knew he was going to be playing the game, but I thought I honestly, when he flipped, I was like, "That's it. He's done. They're done with him." That was stupid. That was a stupid move. I thought then for sure. I'm honestly a little surprised he wasn't out earlier than that because everybody kept talking about how untrustworthy and like how strategic he is. And it's like, yeah, well, but they weren't voting super constantly, and then there were people that were more annoying than him to them, and so we got to get rid of some of those people, and yeah.
But we
So,
talked about how many mistakes that tribe made. I mean, if it was
yeah,
reversed and he had been flipping onto I2 in that same situation, like the I2 people would have definitely taken it. We'll vote him out like the first chance we
Oh
get
yeah.
over our own people.
Oh yeah. Oh sure. Absolutely.
So, he's slid through there, slid through one more tonight. So
Yeah, it's funny because like I almost feel like we can maybe trace it back to Nate's really strange fixations on his own tribe members saying strange things.
yeah,
Like that seems to be like the reason why they're in this position.
it's the mashed potatoes is what
It's
does
the
it in.
mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Once Brad said, oh, yeah, we'll be even numbers once we get to the merge. It's like every man for himself. And that did it.
Like, what the hell? That's messed up. I can't believe you'd say such a thing. What the facts? The fact of the matter?
Yeah.
Uh,
Every man for himself. I thought we were a tribe. All right.
all right. Well, you're gone now.
And we're all gone now. It's like a tragic
gone.
story unfolding for them.
Yeah, it really is.
All right. What about the power rankings? Has anything changed?
Yule's still on top for sure. I would say Yule, Becky, Ozzy, Sundra. I'm actually gonna shift Jonathan right up. Jonathan, Adam, Poverty. That's it.
Poverty? You gonna say poverty with your whole chest?
I'm gonna say
Poverty.
Parvati.
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 All right. Yule, Becky, Ozzy, Sundra, Jonathan, Adam, Poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. All right. So if your power rankings are true, then poverty will be rid of poverty come the next episode.
I mean, if they get the chance, they'll probably kick Adam, but I think
Kick
he's a good force. He's the leader of that twosome now, and
we'll see if Ozzy can bounce back with the challenges. Because this one was more numbers, so he might not be as good with just remembering all the random things. But
yeah,
if we get some more physical challenges, I wonder if he'll still be on top. But
yeah, no, we'll have to see moving forward.
Yeah, another fun episode. I mean, this season just really it was fun in the beginning, but then there's just like a ton of stuff happening in the middle there that just really turned things up.
Yeah, there was like a couple episodes in the middle that were kind of like kind of dull and not really all that good, but like I mean in comparison to what we've gotten really early, but like it's been pretty great season so far. Like just in terms of like the energy. The energy is always like really pretty much there, you know.
And I mean, speaking of mashed potato gate, you just like we're a far cry from that drama. The mashed potatoes, you know. She wants to go say some mashed potatoes.
The mashed potatoes of it all. Yeah.
It's a lot spicier than that now. But and we didn't mention the auction, which they did Candace.
Yeah, that was super. Yeah, they did Candace real dirty, and she was like sobbing, and I was like, "This is sad."
Then
she immediately lost all my good graces when she came back. It was like, "Jonathan, you're such a mean brat fake," and it's like, "Yeah, no shit. You knew that the whole time, and you kept him around."
Right.
I don't know.
He's like making a deal with the devil with Jonathan, you know.
Yeah. At this point, it was.
But that's that feels bad, you know. Like you're at the auction, it's like you're not even supposed to have your guard up, you know. You're just there, you're bidding on things. You're supposed to be getting some food.
And she immediately has to relinquish all cash to the remaining.
She held on to all $500 and lost it all just for that.
Yeah.
And it was and she spent all of her money to get that. She only got outbid because they combined their money against her. Like she knew she wanted whatever this power was, and then like, right, wasn't enough.
That's messed up.
Yep. So no more exile for Candace though. She'll go get to chill out, get dressed up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're down to Adam and Poverty. The last. I'm just saying Poverty.
Yeah, me too. Now. I just started saying it. That's her name.
Adam and
In my
Parvati.
head, even when I say it, I see poverty, not
Yeah, I
Parvati.
wrote Poverty like Poverty for her name. So it's
That's amazing.
down to those two. And Jonathan, the Whitey numbers are dwindling. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank God
Thank the
we've
Lord for
avoided
that.
the darkest
This
timeline.
is the darkest timeline would have been all 5 of them just still being around. That would have been
Because
the worst thing
this
in
is
the
similar
world.
to what people would talk about. I didn't want to talk about it until we saw like they wouldn't all be there at least. But this is a very real possibility that if Jonathan went the other way, it's all white people like final
Yeah,
5.
Final 4, final 5. Yeah.
Jonathan, Adam, Parvati, Candace, yeah. Final 4. So we avoided that. Luckily, thanks to Jonathan's flip here, but
Mm-hmm.
so a little more diversity at least in our
Yeah,
diverse season.
it's true.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, if you, what video would you recommend our viewers watch if they enjoyed this?
Go check out episode 12 of Survivor Exile Island.
What happened there? Survivor Panama, Exile Island.
Was it? Wait, was it? What was last season? What was that called?
It's either one. Survivor Panama, Exile Island.
That was last season?
Mhm.
Okay. That was the 3-2-1 vote episode.
Oh.
Great
Suri.
episode.
Come on, Suri. I love Suri.
Yeah, me too.
What a gem.
Yeah, good stuff. She's a true gem.
It's like a very different energy from this last season to this one.
Oh yeah.
It's like Chaos Saya was one thing.
Chaos Saya. Yeah. But this one's
one
got
is-
a lot of different.
it's,
Yeah.
it's like an elements of craziness thrown in there, and then Jonathan's like this crazy force, and then the
Mm,
two sides of it all. But
yeah.
all right.
Good
Go
stuff,
check
though.
that out. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and if you do, be sure to read in the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast. All right, click the link in the description for our social media, and hit that notification bell too. All right. You rat bastard. You filthy rat.